Morning guys, hey, it's Len from Mercury Man Garage and Outdoors. Well, we're out by the woodshed today and we are starting our fall/winter cleanup. The wood cutting's winding down, so we will be doing a little cleanup today. And as you saw in that opening clip, I started rearranging some trailers and put them on the side of the woodshed for temporary storage. It's probably not going to be permanent, but we'll see. And also, as you can see behind me, I found a good spot for the log splitter right there. And I may have come up with a plan to be able to use these two bunkers for equipment storage. More on that later. But let me turn you around here and show you my plan. Now, when I say wood cutting's winding down, I don't mean I'm done, because I'll be doing a lot of that in the winter too, but it's winding down for now because we're moving on to other things. More on that later. But as you can see, I got my trailer here. This is my wood hauler trailer. That's going to be parked there for now. And I still have to stain the woodshed, so we're leaving a little gap between the trailers so I can get in there, maybe get a ladder in there, and I can still move it if I need to, but we got to get going on staining, and I got to finish putting the rest of the screws in the roof. Plus I have some other little cosmetic things I want to do to the woodshed. So that's kind of what I mean by the wood cutting is winding down. I got a lot of little things that I need to get caught up on before winter hits. And I'm in good shape with wood. And I got my other little trailer of cherry sitting here. This is kind of goes back to my plan of my mobile wood bin, wood storage, I guess you'd say, philosophy. This is going to be one of my solutions to storing wood and making it mobile. That's one of them. Hope to get more trailers in the future that I can do this with. And like I said, I gotta finish staining the woodshed, so we're leaving a little gap there. Staining will be coming up soon. We got to get going on that. It's ready. It's dry enough to take stain, I'm sure. So we want to get that done. And like I said, I got some more cosmetic things I want to do. I want to do some angled 4x4s here, decorative 4x4s in each corner, like there and there. Just for a little decorative touch. I think that'll look nice. And the screws in the roof, finish that up. I think that might be it. There's probably some other little things that I need to do. I need to put strapping around that rafter that was cracked. I want to do some strapping around that. That'll take no time. But like I said, got my wood splitter in here. Got some ladders. I like the fact that I can keep my wood splitter in here. And that leads me to what I was talking about earlier, that I'd like to use these for equipment, these two bunkers. And my plan of action to allow me to do that is a wood bin. And I'm thinking right here is where I want to put a bin. And we got a plan for that. I don't know how big it's going to be yet, but I know it's going to involve using my IBC totes as my sides. Kind of like Brad from Firewood at the Furnace does. I think he has his bin set up that way. I like that idea. I like that better than pallet sides or even fencing sides. I think that'll look nicer. It'll be sturdier, and it's kind of a dual purpose function thing. Or I can use the wood, the IBC totes for storage, and it'll double as sides for my bin. I think that's a good idea. So that's the route we're gonna go, and I think I'm gonna put it right here. But first, we got the landscape rake on the tractor. We're gonna do a little landscaping cleanup with the rake and get everything in a pile, and we'll go from there. And there we go. Just like that, we got a somewhat cleaned up wood yard. Better than it was, that's for sure. I mean, it is a wood yard. It's not a living room. So we still have this oak right here from neighbor Marita. Saving that for later this fall, maybe this winter, to cut up. Got some scraps right here. This is mostly white oak. This might be my own personal use in the pole barn, along with that pile over there. Neighbor Skip brought that over to me the other day. It's all white oak from a standing dead white oak tree. So that'll be used in the pole barn this year. Still got a little to do, but like I said, we're winding down the wood cutting for this season. Got a little to do for the winter. I still have some more over there on the other side of that boiler wood. I got some tree service oak over there to cut up, so I'll have plenty to do. We're just moving on to other things, and one of those things is prepping for this bin right here that I want to do. Just kind of leveling the ground off a little bit. This was poison ivy central for years and years, and I'm sure there's still roots in there, poison ivy. But this time of year, it's not too bad. But I want to grade this up a little bit more, level it off. It's not bad. It's probably fine just the way it is. But I'm going to run over it a few more times with that landscape rake, because that works really good for leveling ground. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run over that a few more times, maybe come out into here a little bit. But like I said, I don't know how big I'm going to do my bin quite yet. It's going to depend on how I'm doing my floor. So more to come on that. But I think we're going to get going on leveling it a little bit more, and then I'll show you my plan for the floor. Looking out here in the horse pasture, I was checking to see if the horses were out yet, and they are. They're way down there, coming this way. Gotta see them way down there. Out for their morning rounds. They come around the fence line about every day, work their way this way, and then they head back for lunch. I guess they're having breakfast now. But walking over here, I'm noticing my pile of concrete here. And this has been bugging me for years. This is from an addition we did on the back of the house. We tore out the back steps, kind of a patio, to do the addition. And now I'm left with these chunks of concrete. There's wire in them, some rebar, and I don't know what to do with this. I'd like to get rid of it. I'll probably just get a dumpster in here and just dump it. But I was thinking of maybe breaking it up into small chunks to use for like landscaping around the shed. To me, that sounds like a lot of work. So I don't know. I have to rent a jackhammer. I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I do with this concrete? Like I said, it's full of wire, and I don't even know if it's worth it. I just want it gone. What do you think? hungry today. Look at them go. You can hear them munching on those weeds and grass. That one sounds angry. Must be getting something up his nose. Beautiful, beautiful creatures. Just love it. Okay, well, I think that's fine. Just like that. It's leveled out pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect. But let me show you my plans for the floor. Okay, well, there we go. I think these pallets are going to work out great. I definitely wanted to go either with a plastic pallet or make something like I did here in the woodshed, but I found these on Marketplace last night, about 40 miles from the house. These are heavy, heavy duty plastic. According to the ad, the guy said you could drive a car on them. Real heavy duty. You can see they're 56 that way. I think they're 44 by 56. Big pallets. Good sized pallets. Heavy duty. These things aren't going anywhere. So I think this is going to work out real nice for a wood bin. And like I said, I'm going to put IBC totes around the perimeter. This may not be the final resting spot for this. I just wanted to get them down to see what it looked like. It's going to be somewhere in this vicinity, but I don't know if I'm going to shift it farther that way or farther that way. I'm thinking I'd like to shift it farther back towards that tree. That way I can use that tree as my backstop somehow. Maybe put something on that fence, because I'm not going to be able to get IBC totes back there unless I pull them more this way, and I don't want to do that because then I'm getting too close to the woodshed. But yeah, see, I can't get a tote back there, so I might slide these back closer to the tree and use this tree somehow as a wall. Build a wall somehow and tie it into that tree, and then do IBC totes. And I'm not sure which side. Probably it's going to be this side, and then leave that side open for entry. Not sure on that one yet either, to be honest with you, because it might be easier to toss them in from one of these longer sides, toss the wood in, and then when I'm ready to get at it, it might be easier to do it that way too. It's a little closer. Either way, we'll get her figured out, but I think I'm gonna like this. These obviously weren't free. That's the downside of a good quality pallet. But these things are gonna last forever, I think. They're not gonna break. And if they do crack, it's just gonna be a small crack. It's not gonna be a big deal, like a wood pallet falling in, and and dealing with nails and things like that. This is gonna be nice. Looking at it now from this side, I might use this side as my entry point. That way I don't have to worry about a wall here or IBC totes here or anything like that. I'll just leave this side open, put IBC totes around the perimeter. Still want to slide them a little more this way and maybe move them a little more that way. Put them out into here more. But I think that might be the route I go. Leave this side open, and those three sides I'll put the IBC totes around. But once I get a few of these IBC totes emptied, I'm gonna start playing around with that and see how they're gonna be arranged in there, see how that looks. But I think we're golden right now. All right, well, I slid them over a little bit, so I think that's going to be kind of close to where the final resting spot's going to be for these pallets. I think that's going to work out great. I'll know more once I get my IBC totes lined up around it, kind of get a visual of what I want to do and how I, my entry points and things like that. But for now, I think that's going to be it. I'm going to start putting some, just start throwing some of the loose cherry that I have laying around on here, just to get that kind of in a, like a consolidated all into one spot. One's the cherry I got in that trailer over here, and then I got some cherry back there on the other side of the truck too, so I'm going to just put it all there for now. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it. Part 1 of bin storage to alleviate some of the woodshed storage. So that way I got some equipment storage in the woodshed. So I think that's going to work out great. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more on this bin. We'll be doing a little more on that later on, but we're going to call it for today. All right, guys, please subscribe, give me a like, leave a comment, and remember, find your thing. Have a good one.